So, Mikey, if you ever need a sheath, I've got one for you.
Oh, it's no problem. I just went live. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Oh, you guys want to fucking rip on me when I got my finger on the button? We'll see how this plays out.
Okay.
Yep. Let me get Pine Snake an invite.
Why are we looking at your screen?
Well, after show, you bitches.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and all trans people out there, whoever you are and what you identify as, we don't fucking care. This is the Bin Podcast. I'm here with Mikey and Wayne. My name is the King of the World.
Funny that.
Lord of all things.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. What is my name, by the way?
Pervtan.
Yes, it is. And apparently I like chickens for some reason.
Exactly.
When it comes to Nonce Man.
Yeah, we're very confused.
Pervtan Bestiality.
Beast
.com. Beast. Oh no, come on, no.
Beastian.
Beasttown makes him seem like he's double hard.
I don't know what that means.
Well, he's about as hard as a little bit of toilet roll that's been hit by some rain.
Big words now, little man. Big words. Don't think you got a tool for that, man. Good lad.
Wow, little man. Oh, the 22nd couldn't come any sooner.
You'll have to catch me first, fatty.
Well, on your push bike.
Oh, my push bike.
Like this.
Just to take a piss at him, I'll pick him up at the airport on the bike on the 22nd of October at fucking north of the wall.
Yeah.
Little Englishman is not going to be so tough 32 fucking kilometres later. Go like, what the fuck?
I hope you ain't got a hardtail, mate, because I'm going to break your fucking rear tyre.
Yeah, so many things wrong with that fucking statement, man.
I'm not a little boy. I'm not a little boy. You better have a soft tail. That's all I'm saying.
I got a 2020 fucking road glide, mate. Fucking get in with the fucking program. My old one's a fucking soft tail. The new one is comfy. It's sweet.
It might be like a fucking recliner.
Yes, I have. I definitely have. Yeah, I fucking bought a bus, dude. I didn't bought a fucking motorbike. It's a fucking bus. That's what it is.
That's what I need to hear. So in the civilized world where we invented everything,
but here's the deal. Driving around on a custom bike with a software frame from fucking 1984, which has been lowered as low as you go, you have 2 fucking centimeters of clearing on those fucking suspenders, mate. It doesn't move. It doesn't fucking budge.
Jonathan, can you do me a favour? Can you quickly translate what a centimetre is to our American friend?
Mikey's dick. So it's twice Mikey's dick, and and it's about 1/100th of his head.
Okay.
Yeah, does it work?
Good. When I get those panic Facebook messages about why their stream won't work, I will remember all these comments, and I will watch Gotham burn.
Look at Mikey on a power trip. It's unbelievable.
And IQ, thank you, IQ, in the chat. An inch equals 2.54 centimeters. Fucking nerds. We just say an inch. We don't have time to be bothered with such minuscule measurements of things.
Yeah, no, sorry. So it's about 1/12 of an inch, or 4/6 of an inch, or 2/3. of an inch. Then.
Sorry, don't ever go at us for using more precise measurements.
Yeah.
And how fast are your cars over there, Wayne? What measurement do you use to measure their speed?
Kilometers per hour.
It depends. We have both.
Why would you use such a unprecise measurement as miles per hour?
We have to sell them to the uncivilized world.
That's right. You'll have to learn to deal with us, won't you?
Yeah. No, we cater for you. We pander for you.
Look, pandas are going extinct. I don't know why you're bringing them up right now. They have enough problems without you dragging the Brits in.
Oh, God.
How many centimeters are in a meter?
100.
How many inches are into a yard?
Inches into a yard, 36.
Are you just making my point for me?
It doesn't have to fall into the perfect scale that you want to. Fine Snake, what up, brother?
Hello then, boys. How are you doing?
Oh, this one can get fucking up.
I'll leave you lot to get a room, Jesus.
When you've mentioned
already burned my left nut off. Now this guy's here to take the right one. What the fuck?
Well, I am a bit peckish.
Mr. Pansnake, what was you just saying?
About the cups. It's a measurement of volume. However, it's an archaic measurement of volume, so now defunct.
Go and get a cup from your cupboard now and tell me which is the right one.
That is 1.5 cups.
But it's 1 cup.
No,
it's 1.5 cup.
That's 1 cup.
You know how you can get let me think of an example. You can get something where it's like half a pint glass, and you can get a pint glass. That is 1.5 cups.
That makes no sense.
They're just
I'm
names.
With you. It's completely batshit crazy.
Hang on. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Here he goes, making some point that no one else is trying to prove. He doesn't understand that cup can have more than one meaning, but we'll let him finish.
No, but he's got the same picture as my daughter got in her room.
Yeah, he's probably got
that theory then.
He's got like the gray patty and like the plastic buns and the plastic lettuce. You make a proper burger later.
Right. So in my cupboard, I just pulled out this cup. This lovely Disney.
That is 1 cup.
That's 1 cup. Yeah, but I've also got this.
That is also a cup.
Right. That is a 3/4 cup.
And that's also
that will
cup.
Be about.
I've got this.
That's a cup.
Yeah. Now, as Mikey said.
So first of all, hold on, Pine Snake.
Oh, go on.
Number 1, all of those are mugs. You fucking muppet. So if you're gonna fucking get all bent out of shape over the names of things, why don't you go? Those are mugs. It has a handle.
No, that's a semantic argument.
No. So come on. The front of the car, what's it called?
That first one was actually a cup. That last one, was a cup.
They're all mugs. If it has a handle, it's a mug, not a cup.
No, it is a teacup.
You're telling me there's a difference between these two things?
So what's a mug?
A mug
it's what happens when somebody puts a gun to your head and you have to give them the money.
A teacup essentially has a softer part attached to it. That's what it looks like. See that bottom bit?
Yeah, that's a teacup.
That is what makes it a teacup.
Like Chip from
So
Beauty
therefore
and the
it
Beast.
is a cup. Yes.
What are you drinking out of?
This actually
is that a teacup?
This is actually Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
No, that's a vase.
I nailed it.
Mikey, I'll tell you what a mug is. Go and look in the mirror.
Oh, see? There it is. Goes right to personal insults as soon as he's lost his point.
And homonyms.
He doesn't have a mirror big enough for that fucking head, mate.
So a pint glass is not a glass; it's a cup, right?
No, and then
a
if
cup
you
is made out of China.
A cup is made out of China. Is that? Are you back in that way?
It's a pottery kind of thing, rather than a glass.
Where else can you get riveting? Where else can you get a riveting conversation like what the fuck is a cup? Nowhere else but here on the Bin Podcast.
At least there's not two girls comparing this one cup.
Nope, no girls with these cups. Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Educating
Why did that video not come with a fucking warning? Why did nobody say anything? Why was it funny to ask me to fucking Google that shit and then watch that fucking video?
Is this a mug, Mikey?
What is it, Wayne? You tell me.
It's a pint glass. But it's got a handle.
Actually, technically it's a stein.
It's not. No, a stein is more litres than this. This is a pint.
No, a stein can be of any size. Just like it's a handled glass is a stein.
But this is Greek.
No. You need to stop because pint doesn't fucking make any sense.
That is a stein, though. I have a stein glass.
Yeah, but a pint is 568 milliliters.
And this is a pint glass.
But an American pint is 473 milliliters.
Do it proper here.
No, you fucking don't.
So you get less for your money, and you're happy about that.
Wait, I thought he said. Wait, what was the first one?
The British Imperial pint is 20 imperial fluid ounces, which is 568 milliliters. But an American pint is 16 US fluid ounces, which is 473 milliliters.
Oh, I got the crisscross applesauce mixed up there. Okay, I thought I was like, ours is much bigger. It's like I took the two middle numbers. There's a lag.
If you look at these two glasses, they're both pint glasses, yet this one looks massive compared to the Stella glass. But they're both pint glasses.
For everybody watching now, have in mind that he's only 5'5", and these are half pint glasses that he's trying to pretend are big ones, right? So we just have to make sure that we are being accurate on how we are displaying this.
I gotta look up the definition of cup. This is so stupid.
I can't wait for you all to get to know me that well that you can just come up with these random attacks.
Look at this.
It's going to be so much fun.
But here's the deal. Mikey's got a big head. Wayne's short. I just burnt my fucking left nut off, and for some reason, Pike's enjoyed the conversation.
So a small bowl-shaped container for drinking from, typically having a handle.
Is that a cup or a mug?
Are you describing yourself or something else?
That's the definition of a cup.
All right.
Yeah, so no actual volume then, Mikey. No volume.
So a mug.
That's a specific type.
A mug, which he brought out earlier, is a large cup, typically cylindrical, with a handle and used without a saucer. Boom, bam, in your face, bitch cakes. Thank you very much.
So again, what's a cup? What's a cup, Mikey? What's a cup?
The measurement of a cup?
Yeah.
They're not talking about the measurement. They're talking about, like, you can't say...
That was the whole point. That was the whole point.
But we talked about both.
Yes, we talked about both.
However, just to appease my curiosity, what is the definition of the weight volume area of a cup?
Why are you coming here being all reasonable and telling us we're unreasonable? Who fucking told you to be
sober?
I know your facts and logic.
You can't be unless you're sober on Thursday.
Now I'll get told off.
Well, you're fucking Catholic.
So a cup to an ounce is...
A cup to an ounce is no sense. That's what it is. Nonsensical.
It's just a measurement, mate. It's okay. It's okay that we have a measurement called the cup, and we also drink out of cups and mugs. The world will keep spinning, I promise.
Can we please talk about something else? Can we talk about Pine Snake?
Mikey's mug.
Can we talk about Pine Snake mustache? Can we talk about that for a while?
You can do when it actually grows.
Well, so this is what we're gonna do in the after show. Just be shitty. I thought we'd have something to talk. Let me find something for us to talk about because this is clearly just turned into a shit show.
And I like it when you are confident about that. That is a bit funny, actually. All right. I just realized
we have a new patron.
Yes, but we are not doing that on the after show.
I'm doing it. Thanks, Ricky.
What?
Appreciate it.
Doing what?
Are you fucking insane? She's gonna hunt you down and fucking get rid of you.
No, that's okay. I've been helping her while she's been busy. What have you been doing? Making fun of her.
Staying out of the way. Staying out of the way and helping.
That's what I've been doing.
Well, yeah, Ricky is our latest patron. Thanks, dude. You're the man.
Ricky, fucking $5, $5 more a month, and I would have given you a T-shirt, and you would have gotten to choose.
That's tacky. It's tacky to say how much someone's giving to the Patreon. Very tacky.
And technically, they would have bought the T-shirt. So
because you embarrassed Ricky, you have to send him a T-shirt now.
Yep.
All right, Ricky, you get a T-shirt with my face on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get a hat.
I thought you meant to be saying sorry.
Oh shit! The homeboy for real is on his way.
Oh, really?
That's a deep cut. That's a deep cut.
Yes. Oh, I got a topic of conversation. Yes, I just realized.
Not deep cut.
About my left nut.
No. I actually have some conversation because I know we have. I don't know. Do you play an instrument, Pine Snake?
I've started to learn guitar.
All right. So where are we on relict guitars?
Who?
When they make them distressed and old looking.
But make them look like they've been used for 30 fucking years.
Not a fan.
Not a fan.
I personally don't like it, but I do understand that there is a fashion and a desire for it.
Well, when someone gets a brand new guitar and then takes some sandpaper to the top arc like that,
they hit it with the grinder immediately.
Yeah. No, not about that.
So a guitar that looks like it's been used should be used.
Yeah, 100%.
So is it okay for me, which played quite a bit, to have a guitar and have all the fucking paint being scared off because I like belt buckles, because I'm a fucking child, man-child at that.
A teenager, a man-nager. You're a manager.
Yes. So me destroying the guitar by having a big fucking belt buckle going up and down is okay, but somebody actually paying people to make it look good is not okay.
Well, let's put it into the style of clothing. There are designers that put in a lot of work to try and make a pair of jeans look old and used and all the rest of it. And it's done relatively tastefully. However, just getting a pair of scissors to your own jeans, it just kind of fucks it.
Yes, getting to what I wanted to talk about, because now we get into the nice stuff. I
don't understand. Like you've all seen my ridiculously expensive guitar that I bought years ago. I spent a lot of money on that, making it look good. I don't want to make it look old.
But this is the thing. You may think it looks bad, but another person may think it looks good to have it a distressed look.
Yeah, but if it's
I think yours looks tacky.
No, but if it's old and has a legit patina on it, then that adds to the character of the guitar. But if you paid to have that done, it kind of makes it look like, like girls getting their lips done. You didn't end up with that. You just wanted that.
Okay. Where the fuck is Mikey? Because I need him. Like, now-ish. There it is.
I'm here.
So.
Yeah, I don't know that it's a cool thing to pretend that your guitar has seen the road. Like, don't fake it. Just have it be new and shiny. It'll get there on its own.
So is this good or bad?
Oh, see, no. And then it works fucking proper, like it's brand new, but it just looks like that. No, that's faking. You're faking.
Yeah, and that's not even a natural wear. That's not natural wear. Because natural wear would be more in that top groove.
He's right.
IQ, what up, brother?
What's happening?
Man himself.
So we don't like that.
No. Hello, IQ.
How's everybody doing?
It's not bad, you.
I could complain. I just won't.
No, we were fine. And then you fucking showed up.
That's like when like the hot topics around the world and similar like alternative clothing stores had like the little magnet fake ear gauges, or it was just like a normal piercing inside, but it looked like you had your ears gauged. You're posing. You front. Fake it. You want your guitar to look worn in, play it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want big holes in your ears, stretch them. Like you can't just put on a fake fucking thing to make it look like you're the cool person.
That's like them tattoo sleeve fucking
yeah. You know what it is? It's the t-shirt that looks like a tuxedo.
You had to go there. Now I have to go and fucking wash all of this shit off.
Oh, God.
I do this every fucking Thursday. It takes me like 3 hours just to get these shit on.
It's raw. It's different every week.
Is that why it's never the same?
Yeah, it's every week. It's different.
No, I'm talking.
It's on my right arm. It's on my left arm. Who the fuck remembers?
No, I'm talking about those tattoo sleeves that are they're like tights. That
literally pull them on. Yeah.
Pull them up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You ever do a proper?
And they're easy as fuck as well. Like fuck you.
Yeah, and you know shit.
You know what this is equivalent to? It's like when somebody buys a Honda Civic and then they go out and spend fucking 10 quid on the Type R badge and fucking slap it on the back of their fucking car. Yeah. That's what it is.
Or when someone buys a Prius and sticks on Galaxy stickers.
Yeah, or everybody who ever owned a Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you! I have a
someone who
Mitsubishi.
buys like a Yamaha Cruiser and slaps Harley Davidson stickers on it, and then a GoPro.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
Now, see, there's some nuance here. The guitar, yeah. If you want it to be worn,
reasonable.
If you want it to be worn, play the motherfucker. That's how it goes down. But when it comes to like aesthetics, personal aesthetics, jewelry, the tats, all that stuff, I can see where you're coming from. Like if you want to look like you have a gauged ear, yeah, just get a gauged ear. But what if you don't want that all the time? You just kind of want to sport that look for the day for just an aesthetic feel. Are you going to tell women to not wear makeup? No, your cheeks aren't really that fucking rosy. Don't do that shit. I mean, if somebody just wants to look a certain way for a particular short period of time, then I'd say fucking go for it.
Thing is, if you like Chart and you just want a guitar to put on the wall and that's all it ever does, then why not buy it?
Wow.
Yes, please. So, hindsight, you just actually exposed yourself because every week there's a new guitar on the wall.
I bet it's part of his green screen.
A lot of them, because I'm wealthy and successful.
Here we go.
That's why you can only afford a vest and not a t-shirt.
I couldn't afford the sleeves.
White trash. It's white trash.
The sleeves cost too much.
I can't even afford a t-shirt because I have to buy these fucking stamp-on tattoos all over the fucking tattoo.
all the henna tattoos.
I like that. I
have fucking pants on. I have to wear shorts.
Oh,
I like that t-shirt. How much is it with sleeves? I'm not having it.
You need to PayPal me. You need to go to patreon.com/thebinpodcast and give me money so I can actually get a tattoo. Not actually get a tattoo, or a full sleeve fucking shirt. So
you get one or the other. You don't get both.
Yeah,
I'm not getting you a full sleeve and then buying you a t-shirt to cover it. What am I, stupid? Like, no.
Yeah,
that's why I went for the t-shirt. I can't afford the full sleeve.
Exactly.
No, see, I've done the opposite. I've gone up to the cap of the sleeve, and there's nothing above it. But
I got mine covered, so
look at this.
My arms are done.
This is the joys of being mixed race.
No, it's funny because you were ripping on me because I had a little bit of a farmer's chain going. He's like, oh, look at him. His arms are 2 different colors. Whoa, well. Look who got some goddamn vitamin D. And now he's looking like a pecan sandy.
Cross talk. Come on.
And now look who's looking like a pecan sandy over here. Fuck you. Dirty waiter.
See, no tattoos, no piercings. Ever.
Yeah, I've got freaky eyes.
Well, I realized early on that if I were going to be doing that, it would just be to be cool. And just because everybody else was doing it. And then once time progresses, it's like, I got really nothing that I want to just be stuck with on my body. It's going to cost me thousands of dollars to get removed. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to do it. So I kind of just did my own thing. Be nice, but
But you still got your boob job, didn't you?
There's that.
And here you come in.
Be amazed I leave the house.
Reasonable and shit. Really?
There's a stampede.
Know your fucking audience, mate. What the fuck?
You've seen what he's had done to his eyes, though. Come on.
He's definitely had some work done on that pupil. I don't care what he says.
That with all them cosmetic, lenses.
I bet it's fucking legal where he is.
Oh, by the way, what is it with them cunts that get their eyes tattooed black? What are you trying to do?
I don't know. I don't
give a shit what you say.
It's weird.
That shit does look badass, though.
Especially if you get the ink that's been infused with UV.
Like, bruv, I'm just trying to, go to the bank. I don't want to stand next to you when you're looking like some sort of zombie demon. Hey, man, can you pass me the pen? You know what? Go ahead and keep the pen.
Wait, he said, bruv, can you just say something?
Yeah, Mikey, that's cultural appropriation. I'd like it back, please.
Yeah, do something about it. Do something about it.
Well, to be fair, Mikey, I can fly over to you. You can't fly over to me, so you're fucked.
Yeah, but you just don't.
Bruv is not equivalent to the N-word. You can't use the cultural appropriation.
Aha!
Listen, Sunbeam. I'm from fucking Essex.
What did I tell you about coming here being reasonable about things? We've already had this discussion.
It has to be extreme or silent. Those are your 2 options.
It could be both. Like you're about to step up to somebody, like, dude, what the? And then, he's got his pupils tattooed black, and he's like kind of cross-eyed. You're like, dude, it's cool. It's cool.
You know what was funny about that last exchange? Wayne thought he was going to come to the States and not be shot by the police. Like, what did you think? Like, you're not going to get to me. You got to get through mad cops to get to me.
I'm telling you.
You don't know the customs.
No, Mikey, as soon as I open my mouth, they'd be like, oh, listen to this geezer. He talks different than the rest of them.
They're like, look at this one. He tried to put on a fake accent to fool us. Yeah. Not today.
Listen to this Australian fella.
I saw Mary Poppins. That doesn't sound very British to me. Like you,
Wayne wouldn't fucking get past the fucking car rental stand.
Though I have a reservation. Wait, I don't know why you talking to me that, but you're gonna shut the fuck up, or else you know what? I'm on break.
I think I think when he's going through passport control, he'll still be waiting for a interpreter to understand what he's saying. They're so used to Hugh Grant and all these toffs that they don't know what an actual British person sounds like.
You know how I get through it, don't you? Bitch, I'm Idris Elba. Fucking Idris Elba.
Yeah,
you got to do
Dick Van Dyke British.
No, he just had a really shit accent.
He's from down the road from me.
Was he in your vocal harmony group?
Oh, fuck off.
The thing that so this was like pre-production like 2 weeks ago. Fucking Wayne hops into the meeting and he's got a fucking white Oxford on, this skinny red tie, and a pea coat on with the fucking flipped up, looking just like Luther, bro. Looking just like Big Driss. I fucking lost it. It was too much. Too much. It was perfect. If you don't do that for Halloween every year, you're a fool.
I'm gonna do it for this Halloween. And just walk around and go, drink it. It sort of tastes like a coffee, doesn't it? Yeah. So fuck off.
I'm gonna make you some scones.
In the second word of Virgin Mary, come again.
Oh God, yeah, snatch, yeah, just
So Halloween is on a Saturday, but on Thursday, the 29th of October, we should totally have a Halloween stream.
Yeah, I'm good for that. I'll be zombie Idris.
I still got my
Does that mean you're getting your eyes tattooed just for it?
Yeah. I'm a producer, writer, zombie.
I'm going to tell you the scariest story you've ever fucking heard. All right.
Oh boy.
So this was when Frost was like high and mighty, and my daughter was about 5 years old at the time. And she got to decide who everybody got to dress up for Halloween.
Wait, what? Y'all do that over there?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Why?
So
great question.
We had a lottery, and she won, and she got to decide who everybody got to dress up. So she was.
So does this change each year? Do you pick out each year to decide who chooses?
I haven't seen my kids for 2 years, dude, so I don't know. But the last time we did it, yes.
But what if somebody wins 2 years in a row?
It wasn't really an issue.
Yeah, mom goes into the lottery and it's like, Mom, you've never lost. You keep saying that we all put our names in the hat and you draw it out. You've never not picked your own name. Like,
yeah,
I'm tired of being Winnie the Pooh.
The year I'm talking about is that she won, and she got to decide who everybody dressed up as. So, of course, she was Elsa, right, from Frost.
Frozen.
Oh, let it go.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that, Wayne. Points for Wayne. I got to get a scoreboard system that I can put on the screen.
Yeah. And I had to be. I
hit him over the head every time he makes that joke.
She gave me Elsa, the Frosty Queen. She was Anna.
Let that shit go, bro.
Yeah. And my son went as Olaf, the snowman.
Olaf?
Yeah.
Oh, the cat's got my goddamn fucking cord for my headset. Let it go. Let it go, buddy.
because I actually took this seriously, I went on, I got the wig, I got the high heels and the blue dress.
I think we've seen pictorial evidence of this.
Yes, you have.
Let me go on.
Yeah, but all from before Halloween, when he was just doing it for a Saturday.
Yeah, just go to the movie shop.
Beautiful. I'm saying I was fucking beautiful, but you should have seen the eyes of me fucking neighbours when they rang the doorbell, tricking and treating, standing there with a fucking braiding fucking beard, with the
fag on the go.
yeah, a fag on the go, a size fucking 10 high heels that I couldn't fucking walk in. My fucking ankles were killing me.
Size 10, your feet must have been drowning in them.
Dude, I am actually the height that I say I am.
So if I can piggyback this into another Shark Tank story, this was one of the main reasons, like, yeah, he's a proper prick now, but he used to be a very good person.
Look what you've done to him.
It's all because of you, Mikey.
What have I done? Tell him the ballerina story.
No, I thought I forgotten them pictures as well.
This is actually a good one, where he's actually not an asshole.
So where am I actually not an asshole? So here's the thing. I used to teach gymnastics to kids.
Throwing out windows.
Yes. And so I was in gymnastics teachers for my daughter's class, and we all pulled like what kind of theme we were going to have for different groups and stuff like that. And the group that I had, we got pirates and fairies. And
like Peter Pan.
Yeah. And they said, like, well, of course you have to go as a pirate. And I say, maybe because everybody expects me to go as a pirate, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be the fairy. And all you girls who are instructors should go as pirates. Just to show that it's fucking okay. Because I don't fucking care. So I showed up in white tights and a little ballerina skirt. You know, I got my little fairy wings going on. And yeah, I was fucking beautiful. It was magnificent.
Beautiful is such a subjective term.
Yes, it is. But here's the good thing, right? Afterwards, one of the mums of the boys in my group came up to me and she said this. And this is fucking...
Sorry, that was a very unfortunate pause.
Shut up, Wayne. Goddamn.
One of the mums came up to me.
Okay, that is funny. I see it now.
Yeah, we're making Ben Shapiro jealous next.
I kind of went to do you want a fucking word salad or not? Yes, unfortunate post. It happened. It happens a lot, actually. It happens a lot, actually. A lot of unfortunate posts in my life. But what happened is, this mom comes up to me and says that if I knew that you were going to do that, I would have let my son go as a fairy and not as a pirate. But I talked him in to go in as a pirate because I thought he was going to be the only male fairy there. And you do that, fucking hell, mate. Respect to you. And that meant something. That fucking meant something. You have this like big fucking, well, not big, but generally proportioned around the midsection male in the tutu and white tights and all of that with the fairy wings running around, just having a good time.
Well, around about the time that Billy Elliot came out, just before that, I think it were a couple of years before that, you had the British Lions rugby team did a documentary about the training. And in rugby union, of Americans that are incompetent at doing sports in, they have lineups where you line up against your opposing team and the ball's thrown in down the lines. And the idea is to jump up and grab the ball. So the British Lions, what they did, they actually went for ballet lessons on how to actually lift people up higher and hold them there much longer. And that's very much in line with what Jartan was saying, because they actually went to relatively underprivileged schools where the boys didn't want to do the ballet that were on the curriculum, and they actually did it with them. And that's how I think the actual kid that's in Billy Elliot first got into that kind of dance.
I remember the story well.
There he is.
See, I went to an art school, and one of the guys there at that school, he was the number 3 baton twirler in the world. World champion baton twirler. Now, mind you, there was a little sugar in the tank, but
stiff competition on the baton twirler.
He was a cool guy, but
good
having gone to an art school, I got exposed to a lot of different type of people, and given just the entire art scene, there was a lot of stigma that was dropped and just pushed to the side because there's a lot of very flamboyant people in the art scene, you know. So there was this humongous mix of culture and different types of people and stuff, and it all kind of worked. It's not just your usual high school, you know, where you just got all these different cliques and everybody just has the same classes. No, you had the creative writing people, and you had dancers, and you had the set design people, and just all types of different people. That it was just clique 2.0. There was a lot. It was more cultured variety, and I really appreciate having had that experience, because it opened me up to be able to relate to a lot of different types of people.
Yeah, and I think the arts is kind of one of those realms where you can't really bring in the baggage of the bullshit outside world, because no one cares. No one knows. Like, you can't say, "Oh, you don't know about this sports team." Motherfucker, I don't know what sports is. Or you can't do that. You're wearing this. Wearing what? I made this. Like, everybody kind of like is their own arbiter of cool to themselves. So you can't. I think it's harder to be a bully in a room full of artists, because they all look at you like, that's a very original thing you said. Wearing the same thing as everybody else, acting like everybody else, rooting for the same teams as everybody else. Thanks, robot. Appreciate you.
The thing is, you still have the same bullshit. It's just on a different scale. So as you say, if you don't create your own stuff, you get.
Yeah. I think to all of your points, it's kind of like you have the status quo, and this is why the arts are so divided in sort of right-wing ideology, is that the arts allow you just to be who you want to be and allow you to explore every avenue of your personality, whereas the status quo wants you to just toe the line and stick to this particular road. And if you deviate from that,
you still have that bullshit. You still really have that bullshit. There's particular painters that have a style like what is it, Cubanism, for example.
Yeah. And
if they look at a different artist's work, or if you go for a traditionalist and they look at a modernist's artwork, they say, look at the scale of artwork, you can't even tell that's a mountain, it's just a blob of paint. So you still have that to some degree.
Yeah, you have an air of snobbery, but you have there
is some respect in some ways.
Because I mean, there was a story that was on London tonight.
Fuck it, I need to go have talk about
go on, fuck off. No one cares about it.
You don't have to announce your dismount every time you have to fucking piss. Go.
The story was about institutionalized racism within a very prestigious London drama school, where people were saying things that openly that were you wouldn't say in general parlance. You would just not say these sort of things, and like that's never come out before, and that's within the arts. So, to your point, there is still that degree of snobbery, but I think the art world is a lot more inclusive than, like, if you just go and have a conversation in my local pub with people, you'd be like, "Oh, you're a little bit right wing," just within 10 seconds of talking to a random. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would ask, can you name a black artist? As in painter, drawing, anything like that?
No.
Theo.
Can you name any? Well, can you name any awards in honor of black artists?
Sidney Poitier.
Basquiat.
Okay, I was thinking you were going to go with the big ones like Turner and all the rest of them. But, I mean, there's very few.
Oh, no, sorry. I was talking about an award in itself. There is a Sidney Poitier award.
Yeah. The award, for example, like Turner Prizes and things like that, most awards are in honor of basically me, a white male, heterosexual, straight down the line. There is very few for, never mind just for noticing and commemorating people of colour's contributions, but just the actual award, what it's there for, is very little.
But the thing is, the common rebuttal of your point right there is that you are now virtue signaling. And this, but this is the whole point. When you
that's my rebuttal to that rebuttal.
Oh, okay, no, fair dues. What happens is there's a language that's around all of this to protect the status quo. So you saying what you stated, which is fact, is used. The term virtue signaling is used to shut you up and to dismiss you. When in reality, all you're doing is stating a fact, but because it goes against, the general consensus, it's shut down. It's not discussed. It's like, it's just virtue signaling.
Yeah, people always got something to say when you're shaking up the system. When you're pointing out some bullshit, somebody's always got something to say. Like, well, that's because no, shit's fucked up. We need to deal with it.
100%. 100%.
Big E.
Easy.
What up?
How are you guys?
We were just talking about artists.
I just heard.
Oh shit, Easy's here. Perfect. Let me get the link out.
just the type of thing I love to talk about.
Yeah, so do you find that there's a wider spectrum among artistry type people in tolerance, but they also have their own kind of snobbiness and cliquishness to them as well?
Yes, that's always been the art world. That's what makes an artist. Without being eccentric, without being opinionated, and without having a kind of an imagination. As long as you can understand that your imagination isn't the real world and you don't mix the two up, then you end up being an artist that expresses himself very well, versus an artist that might have talent, has his opinions, and just won't let himself flow and ends up getting stuck on a certain kind of style, type of stroke, colors, all that. They kind of get trapped.
Cut your ear off.
Would you say? Would you say it's also for an artist, it's good to appreciate other styles that you don't particularly associate with?
Yes, I can speak for me. I kind of can speak for a few other guys that taught me to be this way. You see a skill and you like it, try it. Try to learn from it.
You don't have to like it, but can you appreciate it? For example, a traditionalist artist that'll do a landscape as if it's a photograph, compared to your own particular style, which is much more modern, I don't mind saying. Although that's not your particular style.
So for me, I learned from painting, from watching people who paint that way. People who paint very realistic portrait, landscape. I went into the Renaissance and I read their biographies. I learned how they drew, why they drew, the stuff they left. I wouldn't be the artist I am if I didn't practice from them. I do stuff like theirs. It's just that I have my own style, so it's what makes me the artist I am.
This goes to one of my favourite quotes of anyone of all time. You've got to learn the rules before you can break the rules, and I think that's pretty much what you just said there with regards
Is that
to.
from a Muse album?
No, it's Jimi Hendrix. You fucking prick.
It's from Mark Twain, you fucking prick. It's a remixed Mark Twain quote.
Yeah, which was he remixed it.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm here, gents. I'm making coffee. I can hear you.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely. Art. I mean, look, I come across artists that don't want to paint the word God. They don't want to paint anything religious. They're amazing artists. Like the shit that they paint just leaves you whoa. But it kind of sticks to one style. And let's say a job comes up. Let's say an opportunity comes up. They won't be involved because it has something to do with something religious that they don't like, or vice versa. Somebody who is religious and say, "Hey, I want you to paint Satan. I want you to paint devil." They're like, no, we won't paint that.
Right.
And you will see them locked into a particular style.
That's just ridiculous because the painters and artists of old, if they weren't particularly fond of whatever they were asked to do, they put all sorts of other significance and hidden features in, like Easter eggs. For example, making reference to older gods, or just to troll them, they put in like the Illuminati eye.
Yes.
Things like that, just to troll them. Why not take the money and troll the fuck out of them if you're, especially for that good of an artist?
But I can agree with some of the stuff that you guys were saying, like a couple sentences earlier, with like about different styles, because I can tell you right now, there will never be country music played in my car, ever. But I can.
Sorry.
But I can appreciate.
Roll in.
I called Mikey the other day and he had Kid Rock playing, so I don't know what he's talking.
Kid Rock's. Who knows what Kid Rock is anymore? Kid Rock is whichever way the wind's blowing.
Or that Trip fella that's been blocking everyone.
Yeah. But I can totally appreciate some of the bluegrass and fingerstyle guitar playing that is in a lot of more old. It's kind of older country music now, because all their modern stuff has 808s and fucking auto tune, because they have to fucking steal everything fucking from us. But some of the older stuff, their guitar work on there is nice. Like it is. There are no slouches when it comes to fucking handling the axe, and I can appreciate that, even if the guy's fucking voice is nails on a chalkboard to me.
So you would ever?
I really like Dolly Parton.
Mikey.
So if in relation to art, so what Mikey just said, I used to do music, and one of the things that turned me off was the fact that people weren't writing music anymore. Yeah. They were just kind of doing a lot of mixing sounds together, producing it, and not really writing it or playing an instrument. And the same thing kind of applies for art. So you look at somebody like Ransky. That's what I call him. I have very little respect for him. Although I don't like him as an artist, there are certain things that he stencils out that I really do appreciate. The message he puts out, the way it was placed, where it was placed. But to me, it sounds great, it looks great, but you didn't take the time out to paint it. You look for the easy way out, and that kind of, when it's somebody like me who puts time and detail into his work, and you see somebody do that, it's a letdown. It's kind of showing everybody, hey, look how easy it could be. No, it's not. You got to learn. You have to, you have to do homework.
That's the one thing that makes anything stand out as great is passion.
Yeah.
When you see good art, you can see the passion in it, and you can see the emotion. Because I mean, that's what art is, right? It's interpreted emotion, because we don't have a language for emotion, really. We got cues, we have physical cues and eye contact and language and stuff like that, but we really have no language for emotion. But that's what art is. Mm-hmm. And when somebody puts their emotion into that, you can see it, and it elicits that emotional response as soon as you experience it. That's the good shit.
And it hard, and it, you know you reached on art, and you've stumbled upon a piece of art when you can't really describe it in a way that even remotely gives it justice, because there just aren't words for it.
I have a question.
There is something I'd like to say about what he just said then about music not being a specific instrument. If I were going to compare that to art, I'd say that'd be a computer artist, ones that draws on a computer. When you're doing computer-based music production, you still build up the beats of the drums. You still put together the guitar or the synths or anything.
Yeah.
So I still think there is a musical element, or it's just a different one to what your preference would be. I've seen how they're built up. And my God, the hours gone just to a drum sequence. It's my
I have beats.
Sorry, can I just jump in on that?
No. Because
That ties into a no true Scotsman fallacy, actually.
Well, if you take someone who is an absolute supremo on the piano, violin, or anything like that, and then stick him in front of Cubase and say, produce the same thing, you can't.
Yeah.
Like learning something like Cubase, Reason, Logic, anything like that, it's still. I mean, let's face it, music is maths, but in a really sort of like.
I knew you were going to say that, you pillock.
I'm a propeller head.
Don't go down that route again, for fuck's sake. 3 hours last time.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm a propeller head fanatic. I make beats. I totally agree with your price. Like, look, when it comes to making beats, you're putting something together. The comparison that I was trying to make is that it's an easy way out. I didn't take the time to learn how to play the drums. I put a pattern together that sounded appropriate to what I wanted to replicate, and that's the same as stenciling versus painting, versus like getting into depth, dimension, shading, actually learning how to play an instrument versus putting the sounds together to make it sound the way you'd like for it to sound.
And that doesn't
Mean
mean
somebody that's taken the time to learn an instrument, but it's art. It's it's not the process, it's the product.
And it doesn't mean that somebody who uses Pro Tools it doesn't know how to play an instrument.
Give me a second.
No.
So I wish there was a podcast who actually had a producer, musician who is internationally known, with a Patreon exclusive available right now out there, who talked about what it's like to be a producer and a musician. We are. So all you need to do is go to patreon.com/thebinpodcast.
Don't interrupt a shill. Don't interrupt a shill. You're gonna kill the. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get the money. Ricky, go check out the fucking my best friend in the whole wide world, Shaw Break, the good one. Check out his interview. He was our first Patreon exclusive, and we talked a lot about music and music-y stuff. It was amazing. And he even played guitar for us.
Yeah, he played guitar for us. A guitar that actually Fender made for him.
The lap. No, he played the lap steel.
Yeah, but he also played the Hippicaster. Well, he didn't play it. He just showed it to us.
Yeah, he didn't have a what's it called.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I agree and disagree with you because
here we go.
No. But give me a second. Just give me a second. Because yes, what you're saying about art is a bit true, but it also has to resonate with people. Mm-hmm. So you have to look at the craftsmanship of something. Sometimes you have to be a carpenter, and sometimes you have to be Michelangelo.
Yes.
But there's a difference. Because you can't objectively say that good craftsmanship isn't good craftsmanship just because you don't like that particular sort of art. Because it's fucking well done. Any way you look at it, it's fucking well done. Even if you don't like that particular sort of construction.
Agreed. It's
fucking well done.
Yeah, so we're all
No, just give me a second. And sometimes some things that aren't that big on the craftsmanship just resonates with you on a personal level and you don't really know why, but it just makes you feel something. So you have to distinguish between these two.
True.
Good
true.
artwork.
What you're saying? No, what you're saying right? I'm sorry, Ponzi. Go ahead.
I'm going to say just quickly, good artwork. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. Good artwork will make you feel something.
Indeed.
If you hate it, it's good artwork. If you love it, it's good artwork. Everything in between, it's good artwork.
No. You're just saying that everything's good artwork just because you feel something. No.
To move you to some form of emotion, the fact that it's moved you makes it good artwork.
I've got a legit question about actual painting, as in artwork. When did painting stop being shit? In the sense of, no, if you think about like the old, like the tapestries that we used to
Renaissance.
have, right? Then all of a sudden, everyone did like photographic photos, paintings.
Yeah. The history of this is before the Renaissance, the church had a huge control over what could be done, so you couldn't have realistic artwork. As soon as the Renaissance started to come, the power of the church was actually coming down, so people could explore it properly.
Right, and now it's modern art, and that's why you see stuff like Picasso and Van Gogh. They got a little, they were able to be free with their art, and that's one of the things that I was taught as an artist. Don't be afraid of what you draw; it's just paint. So the freer you are, the more people can identify the art with you. So everybody has their own penmanship. You can identify people by their penmanship, just like a thumbprint. Same thing goes with art.
You look at stuff like pre-14th century, it was like, it was just weird drawings of like Roman soldiers, and you know, they're like stick men with like they were coloured in. All of a sudden, you had these.
So see it like this. In today's generation, today's times, people prefer a particular type of music, so that particular type of music is made more. Back then, that a particular art was what was most commonly wanted, most used, was allowed, and that's what was requested the most. So that's what you were concentrated on. That's why you see so much of it. Every generation has a fad. Back
that's
then,
marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you say that was like the very first form of social media, because they were depicting?
Okay. I've got to stop you there because I don't agree. All right. So Beatles were put down by, what was it, 3 or 4 record labels, because before they were even allowed to give out a single fucking record, right?
I don't know how that relates to what I was just talking about.
Yeah, just give me a second, and I'll try to get there.
Getting there.
This is great.
But that it resonates. But what's good enough for the Beatles? Because if you listen to the craftsmanship in some of the old Beatles records, it's not really that good. It's quite dodgy. It's a bit sloppy. And it wouldn't work now. It wouldn't work now. With the high definition fucking sound systems that we had, that wouldn't work now.
But based on their influences, it was massive advancements. So you can't.
No, but I'm saying what's good enough. You know, what's good enough for the Beatles isn't good enough now, is it?
But that's
I don't know.
Kind of apples and oranges, though. You can't really compare.
And the other thing,
that time frame and what was groundbreaking then to what would be socially acceptable now.
Not saying. I'm talking about the craftsmanship. I'm talking about the mixing. I'm talking about the playing. I'm talking about all of that.
But can you imagine?
You're talking about the foundation. So you're trying to compare what happened in the 60s with what's available to us now. If it wasn't for that coming along in the first place, we wouldn't have what we've got now.
We got a Beatles paradox.
Something on a 4-track. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So can you imagine if the Beatles had Dawes and Mesa Boogie?
Nobody wants a Mesa Boogie. I fucking sold that one. That was a piece of shit.
I like Mesa.
No, Engel all the way. But what I'm saying is, things change, and what was good enough in the 60s isn't good enough now. So making that comparison in the different parts of art is that, like, you have to look at the time and the place that art took place. What happened with Michelangelo, what happened with Van Gogh, what happened with Picasso, what happened with fucking Banksy. We have to look at a time frame where it happened. We can't judge it from something that is happening right now. We have to judge it from the time where it fucking...
Everybody has the tools that they have to work with at the time. Can you imagine what the Yellow Submarine would have been like had they have been, had access to like dubstep?
The thing is, you can judge it because we are using the same techniques that they developed today.
Just
evolved.
But it's not even evolved. Some of the techniques are exactly the same. It's just more techniques have been added on top. These are the foundation.
Can I put something out there? So, say the Sistine Chapel.
Okay.
We could replicate that overnight tomorrow.
No, you can't.
Right? But would that be seen as art, or would that just be seen as convenience?
It's still art. It's still creating something. So, for example, I'll do something by hand that'll take me forever, or I'll do something that'll take me 5 minutes on the computer. I'm still creating something. I'm still designing something visual. It's still art. It's still art. So how long it takes me isn't necessarily, what makes it good or not. We touched on that already. Again, my point of view isn't that it's horrible. It's just that you're cutting corners when others have paid dues. So, for example, let me give you, I'm a graffiti writer. I grew up in the 80s in New York throughout the whole movement. I know the top writers, etc. It's very prominent as a graffiti writer in the graffiti community, not to be a toy, to be an individual, have your own style, have your own handwriting, etc. But you are also judged by that particular style, that particular form. So when you have somebody who grew up during my times, getting arrested, dying, getting electrocuted in the third rail, getting into fights, paying their dues, and growing up to hold those stripes, and now you have a new generation that's stepping in with free walls, doing it for commercial purposes, capitalistic purposes, and they have no respect for the dues that were paid or for those that taught and paved the way. There's where the shift comes, because now you're walking by, you're seeing them cut these corners. Like, all right, hold on a second, you need to know something before you continue. And
wait. Let him go. No. I just want to say this point, because if someone was to replicate something that was hand painted on a wall, but what they did was they did a CAD transfer and then just emblazoned it on that wall, would you have as much respect for them as you would for someone who hand sprayed it? This is why I'm trying to find the balance.
It depends. So this is very important. And before we continue, so that there's an identity for being a graffiti writer and for being a street artist. So graffiti is vandalism. Growing up, you caught a felony if you did graffiti, if you wrote your name on the wall. So you don't identify them as artists. The art of graffiti was later on adopted and is what we see all over the place now. But there's no such thing as a graffiti artist. There's street artists, there's the muralists.
Maybe not socially. I'm sorry to interrupt, but damn it, they're artists. I've seen some graffiti artists that are bad motherfuckers.
Listen to what I'm saying. You have a graffiti writer who writes his name on the wall, and then you have a street artist, a muralist. You could be both, but it's not. It's disrespectful to call a graffiti writer a graffiti artist, because we didn't grow up being called artists. We grew up being called vandals, scum of the earth, scoundrels. We're filthy. So
that's like calling like an OG rapper like a pop star.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah. So when moving forward, to give us the proper identity and be able to identify the art as it's evolving, So for me as a graffiti writer, I see a mural, whether I like it or not, whether it's beautiful or not, as a vandal, I will go and throw paint all over it and tag it up and just destroy it. That's what graffiti is. You get your name up for fame. You write your name on the wall. Now, what they're doing out there has changed everything. I mean, I associate with big groups out here, big community centers. I do street murals myself. I have a resume, and it's just they're taking it beyond what you could ever possibly imagine. And there's all mediums used. You're now using brushes. You're now using cans. You're now using everything that you can get your hand markers, whatever it takes to get the image out on the wall properly. That is the evolution of where graffiti is now from where it was, and why it's quote unquote respected and they're being given shows and galleries.
But
Yeah, I mean, look at Bansky. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the widely
Banksy.
respected. I've seen some of his shit. That shit's amazing.
Banksy.
But
Banksy.
Banksy. Sorry.
Wanksy. That's how you say it.
Yeah, Wanksy.
if someone was to recognise your talent and say, we want to hire this guy to do a promotion, which it's just happened recently in London with a big Brewdog promotion. They hired a really talented artist to do an inside side of the building. Now, is that graffiti, or is that art? Is that commercialism? Is it exploiting the genre?
It's art. Graffiti, again, graffiti is the expression, the legal expression of art on a wall, okay, or on private property or public property. Okay, that's what graffiti is. It's defamation of property. That's what graffiti is. When you are hired to use that skill that you have, you are now practicing in art. You are now an artist. You are now being hired for your skill.
Artist.
Correct. Here you go. We're paying you to do what you have learned or know how to do in my private property. You're no longer participating in vandalism. So
that's just considering them socially an artist. The graffiti artist, and that term in itself is becoming more accepted. Graffiti artist.
Yes,
but really, they were artists to begin with, even though that they may have been scoundrels, and
I'm one of those guys
and stuff like that. It doesn't really matter about their personal life, what they were doing. They were artists. They were just choosing a medium that happened to be illegal.
So
that's what I'm saying. How do you separate the two? Because the lines seem to be very blurred.
Well, I can tie everything that we're talking about together.
Are you
if you just give me a minute.
Who are you to come in here and be reasonable?
Shut your goddamn.
Let's mix it up. No, well, okay, IQ, real quick. Do you understand when I'm separating? Like I have had but look, I grew up. I'm one of those guys. Okay, yeah. I know the big names. I know Saint and Smith. I know Ghost. I know these people, the people with the biggest names in graffiti. Bruce was one of my mentors. He recently passed. BRUZ. You can look him up. They did a whole article in the newspaper in New York for him. These are the people that I grew up with. Like, they are artists. They have their canvases selling for thousands of dollars in galleries right now.
Wow.
Okay, yeah,
they would have never. They probably would have never thought, right?
No. But can I? Really, no. Give me a second. Just one short question. Who makes that distinction, though?
Of what?
Who's an artist and who's a vandal?
Well, again, that's what I'm saying. You have to understand that the art,
probably the property owner.
The art that is now being accepted, the skill that we practice, that was once considered vandalism, is now accepted into the art world as artistry. It is no longer being demonized. It is no longer being put on the side. It is more and more being identified as a skill.
Still not answering the question. Who makes that distinction?
Oh, the art community.
He's getting there.
The art community. No, it's the art community. They're literally the ones who are going to be like, yeah, okay, bring it in here. Whoever wants to give it the opportunity. And the rest is up to us. The rest is really up to the community of graffiti writers who have made their own path, who put together their own galleries, their own shows. This happens all the time. Black book signings. Everybody comes with their black book, and you meet wherever you meet. And this has been happening since the 60s and 70s in subway yards. Like, this has never stopped. We basically paved our own way. graffiti is advertisement. It's getting up for fame. Like, where can I put my name the highest, the most dangerous, where it could be seen and get attention. That's how it built. It has its own foundation. And then little by little, the art world said, okay, there's something here. You guys are actually creating. You're not just vandalizing.
IQ.
So we're going to take you out and put you here.
IQ, go ahead. Bring it up.
Real quick, give you a quick example.
Okay, and then hold on, Ace. Finish up your point, and then IQ, you said you're going to bring it all together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I participate in a community center called the Graph Lab here in Los Angeles. It's a community center. It has walls for people from all over the neighborhood to come and paint for free. Nobody bothers you. The police don't bother you. It's legal walls. Nice. A younger me would be totally against this. What are you doing painting illegal walls? What are you doing? No, it's supposed to be illegal. You're not supposed to do this stuff in legal walls. Very young me would have thought that way. Times have changed. You have a place now where people can stay out of trouble. They can come and express themselves. They can come in the network. We built our own communities. We built our own galleries, our own networks where we know that we don't belong with the elite. We belong with us. We know who we are. So we've created that environment for ourselves, and we have strength in numbers. And that's kind of the best way I can explain that, who decided and why it is where it is.
Okay. All right. Let's go to IK.
Well, I mean, how many different forms of anti-establishmentarianism has now turned into activism that is now turned into social culture?
Hopefully.
I mean, like, what exactly is art? And we already described that as just pretty much interpreted emotion. It's expression.
Yeah.
And social cues and social stigmas. Society in general puts a lot of brakes on expression that have faded over the years. So what we can decipher to be art has expanded as the grasp on expression has loosened. So, I mean, what Mikey was talking about earlier, how he will not rock country music, but he can appreciate some bluegrass. Why is that? Well, I mean, we are all subject to our limits on what we find to be acceptable subject matter. We all find certain things, and I can appreciate some country music, but I am totally against all that God and country shit. Just your average redneck, just stupid shit. And when there's subject matter in there, I have to reject it, but I can listen to the sound, the actual instruments, and appreciate the quality of a piece that's put together, even though I don't really agree with the message that's being put across, but I can see the art for the art and, reject the message. We view our art, and when we kind of lost my train of thought here, Buck.
All right.
Blame it on my ADD, baby.
No. It's your ADD is fine. So here's the deal. This is what I want to say.
Oh, here we go. Buckle up.
So I put, yeah.
Thank you for the after show.
I built this rocket and I got this city on the moon.
No,
I don't have a helmet, so
no. Now here's the deal. So I played on everything from the dirtiest fucking black metal you've ever heard to fucking chewing gum pop, and I stand by every fucking thing that I've done. Because the handiwork is good. It's not art, not all of it. Some of it is just fucking carpentry, but it's fucking well done. So what am I?
It can still be art. You're expressing yourself, even though you don't really consider it to be unique, or I guess something that would be considered poppy, something that grabs somebody, but it's still, you're expressing yourself through the music. You're just creating something, and to me, that's art. It doesn't really need to be spectacular.
Yeah, but I'm not expressing me. I'm producing and playing somebody else's stuff and just making it better.
That's art.
So you're putting yourself into it. Then you are making it better to your tastes. So therefore, it is art. You are expressing yourself through by expanding on other people's work.
And
I learned by tracing when I was a kid. I didn't get here by just, all of a sudden, like you need to learn from the masters, and copying and putting it out there is in your, I hope that for the majority of the people who are doing this, first is a tribute, the love, the passion, and then comes everything else. But you learn from the greats. So copying something, I'm not against it. Well, as long as you don't abuse it. Like, hey, you do it in private, you put it on the side, you take and try to make money off it, pass it off, it's not yours, we have a problem now. That's where you cut the line. Like, don't try to plagiarize or bite off me. But if you want to copy because you admire, because you want to learn, then me as an artist, reach out to me. I'll show you what I know. I'll show you what I learned to be better. Like, just, grow.
And one thing that was clicking in the back of my head the entire time. Wayne, mute your mic. That's all right, I got it. Big lug. Not used to modern technology. Used to a Campbell soup can with some yarn attached to it.
That works.
Well, that must mean he's part of Antifa then, if it's a soup can.
Like the 5 pillars of hip hop, and graffiti is part of it.
Yeah.
So because everything that you were saying has a parallel in hip hop, like a parallel in rap, I should say.
Yes.
Because you can't, that's why the new kids got no respect from the old heads, because they weren't even paying dues. They weren't even saying what's up. They were just like, fuck you, old man, this is my city. So it was like, in the artist realm, that would be the equivalent of a bunch of people running around with stencils saying, we're the new artists. We're the new graffiti gang. It's like, you're not fucking shit. You don't even know you don't even know how to do what you're supposed to be doing. And I think a lot of that has calmed down now, because I think, hate to use Wayne's favorite word, social media. But 2018-19, it was a whole bunch of young bucks jumping up in hip hop, making absolute garbage. And they swore to God that they was the best that had ever done it, because look how many likes I got on my video. And it's like, no, it's bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that.
Get your boy.
No, it's all right. I got the remedy for your
That's
problem.
how hip hop got its name, right?
I got you, Jartan. Don't you even worry about it, big guy. Big man.
It's about rhythm, right?
But that's the thing, like, paying homage to the people who created the art.
Get your boy.
Fucking asshole.
Well, at least they didn't hit you with the buggity.
Graffiti, rapping, MC, breakdancing, DJ/turntables, and culture.
Mikey, I'm going to remind you of all these points if and when I finally get Baby Spice on here and tell her she's not an artist.
You clearly have not been listening to me at all. At all.
When does he ever?
Yeah, you know what?
Rebel, gently down the street.
See what I have to deal with? I'm over here having this excellent, insightful conversation with Ease, IQ, Pine Snake, and then there's these two knobs just fucking just clanging up the joint.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that you invited a whole panel of very insightful people who have very good arguments, and then me and Wayne.
Yeah.
How am I to blame?
Exactly.
You know what this is?
Actually, they are keeping in line with the conversation, though, because I mean, we're talking about breaking the norm and stepping outside the box a little bit, and that's right there in line. I'm with you guys.
I got two auto tuners that are trying to join me here.
Again, being all insightful.
You know how
that's all I do. Mike, tell him about me.
You know that upsets him when you make good arguments.
I don't like it.
He gets his blood pressure up.
I still can't find my left nut.
I once had a 4-hour conversation, an entire 4-hour conversation, while on a particular substance, going over the nuances on why the Beatles' "All You Need Is Love" is factually true.
Oh my. Oh my!
You want to get insightful? This is the tip of the iceberg, man.
I thought you were bringing up one of Neil's streams.
Just before you had that Q, just before you had that conversation, were you listening to Lucy in the Sky Diamonds?
No. Actually, I prefer Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Dark Side of the Moon. That's always a really good one.
Yeah,
But those days are over for me. I feel like if I do any more of that, I'm not coming back.
You know,
I
also
got my fill from it.
I also had a very insightful conversation about a song similar to that. It was called Shots, 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 Shots by Lil Jon. Is that the theme? Is that the theme of the joke? Is we name a song with drugs or alcohol in it? Did I get it?
Well,
Did I nail it?
Well, in my imagination, IQ is listening to Lucy in the Sky Diamonds. Jonathan is listening to Mr. Tambourine Man, and Mikey, I don't know a song called Chamomile.
You see, me and Jonathan had a very similar, long-winded conversation over the Hanson hit "Umbop" a couple of weeks ago. It was a three-hour dissertation on pop music.
So me
You
and
start singing that, I will never forgive you.
No, I'll mute it. I will mute everybody. I will no. I got my finger on the button.
There is a line.
No, I'm muting both of you because you guys are both pricks, and I know that you both fucking do it. I know. Look at Wayne's face, like a fucking schoolboy.
You were gonna do it.
You knew. He'll be back. They always come back. I actually did
He's going to get the baby shark.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh God, no.
No.
But me and my girl actually. Hold on.
That's
Hold on. So the thing is, like, me and my girl actually got into this like almost 45-minute long argument over Umbop because she's like, I love Hansel, and I'm like, all right, you were a little girl and they were cute little boys and they had poppy music. I get it. I see the appeal. But then we went back and we watched the video like 2-3 months ago. Tell me why your homeboy's out there with that fucking Casio piano. There's no piano in that song. And he's just rocking away. And I was like, that is the number one crime you can commit on video, is to pretend to play an instrument. It drives me insane.
Hold on, Taylor Hanson was Taylor Hanson was a girl? That was a dude? Oh God!
No. I'm gonna chime in with Dennis fucking Leary right here. This is the only thing that he got right during his 30 fucking thing. That drummer, when he was like 8 years old and a fucking pop star, he was just at rehab waiting to happen. They were gonna pull him out of a hooker's fucking pussy with like an ounce of cocaine up his nose at 12 years old.
Hitting stardom like that when you're a child,
Yeah,
I mean, it's just that you've really got to have your shit together for that to not fuck you up. I mean, look what happened to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, we should probably do. I want to do a series. Hold on, Pine Sang. I really want to do a series on like tragic musical savants.
Ooh.
Because like we should really do dedicate one episode a month maybe, and then over the course of a year we'll get like some good content out of it. Like seriously, like do the research on it, because if you like do the research on the Jackson family, holy fuck.
That's a
fucked up
that you want to talk about trauma. These fucking kids that are now in their 50s, Jesus Christ, they go through it during the 70s to make all the fucking entertainment in the world for everybody. They don't have a fucking whiff of that fucking...
What in their 50s? They're your age, Mikey.
No, they're not.
Did you hear the rumor of Joseph Jackson getting Michael chemically castrated to keep his voice from dropping?
I think that's an online rumor. We'll have to do research on that for the episode, but I don't know that.
When you actually hear him and he doesn't know when he's recorded, he's not that low.
Was this before or after he had, somebody have a child for him?
And that's the thing, though. There's so much to the Jackson, and there's so much because they were so private, because they were Jehovah's Witness. So, like, the amount of money that Mike gave away to all kinds of different charities, a lot of times we'll never know about it because he made them sign NDAs because it went against his religion to be applauded for good deeds.
Yeah.
So Mike was constantly giving back to the community, but in ways that people can't speak on.
I have trouble.
Before we move on, before I get too drunk, I need to tell the story where things go. Yeah, before, because every now and then things go a bit wrong, right? With everything.
Okay.
And I think this was about 2008, 2009. I was sitting in the Hard Rock Cafe in London, having quite a few pints.
You?
No. And I ended up having a discussion with the man next to me about Pink Floyd, where I spent my whole evening.
Damn, that's British as fuck. Sorry.
Bashing Pink Floyd being just a big fucking show and prog rock that should have fucking died in the 70s.
Ouch.
Walking out of there.
You've clearly never been to a Muse gig.
Walking out of there, the doorman told me that the man that I've been having an argument with for the last 2.5 hours was Roger Waters, the bass player of Pink Floyd.
Oh, he's the bass player, so he wasn't technically in the band.
Yeah, he's not really.
Jill, I saw Roger Waters' The Wall live. That was amazing.
See, being an American, I don't think I could go to a Hard Rock Cafe in London and start talking about Pink Floyd. That's I would feel like it's like some sort of appropriation. It's just like I can't talk here. Be like like I'm a white guy. Like I'm not going to go to a Lil Wayne concert and start dissing rap.
Silk the Shocker was the best out of the Hot Boys.
The only
I'm not going to argue with that one.
The only bassist that is basically the band was Lemmy.
Lemmy. What about Paul McCartney?
No.
I like Paul.
Sting?
I like Paul,
dude,
but
fuck
no.
Sting. Sting is ass, bro. Like, I've been a fan of Sting for all this time. Went back and listened to some old tracks. I'm like, yo, this just sucks. Like, what have I been saying to myself this whole time?
The Police was good. The Police was fantastic.
The Police is great.
Sting is most of the famous bassists.
Let him say it.
Not known for the bass playing.
Yo, you know who's the... All right, let's just go ahead.
You want to dig it with that shovel, mate, because you're fucking digging yourself a grave right now. Are you serious?
You think Sting's great?
Yes.
You think Sting's better than Flea?
Yes.
Get your fucking head in, boy. What are you talking about right now?
You're just doing it to trigger Mikey and
That's
me.
That's what it is. Flea is arguably, besides like Victor Wooten and Jaco Pastorius, top 5 bass players that have ever lived.
Yeah. Let's get Fieldy for fucking Korn in there as well.
So Flea is on the same level as Fieldy from Korn? Wind your fucking neck in. Wayne, say the thing. Wayne, say the thing.
Mate, you've just taken my line. There you give me infringement.
My God.
Flea from Red Hot fucking Chili Peppers. Are you fucking serious right now?
Are you crazy, Jartan?
Yes.
Okay. That was a bad question.
Clinically.
Bad question.
Pop quiz. What did Flea start playing off? He was not a bass player.
Drums.
Trumpet.
Oh.
He was a jazz freak.
I've got another person to add to your list of top 5.
Yeah, top 5 bassists.
Geezer Butler.
Who is it?
Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath.
Okay, you got me there.
Is he better than Sting, Jartan, or is Sting better than him too? Fucking Sting, the greatest fucking bassist of all time.
I'm not saying he's the greatest fucking bassist.
That's what we're talking about.
But he's way fucking better. Fucking Flea. You're bringing up the Red Hot Chili Peppers into a fucking...
I'm not talking about Californication. Like, dig into some fucking.
What are you talking about then? Mother's milk, blood sugar, sex, magic. What are you talking about? Like,
So
suck
there
my
was
kiss?
nothing. So there was nothing redeeming about the bass playing of Flea to make you think that he couldn't surpass Sting. And all of those.
And we ain't gonna say nothing about Bootsy Collins.
Especially when Sting's not known for his bass playing, he's known for his being front of band.
Then again, I'm a sucker for funky bass, though.
I'm forgetting anyone who played with the Mahavishnu Orchestra, who played along with Billy Cobham, to keep up with that man's drums and to play the bass riffs that they were doing at the time. Any interchangeable member of that, because these are the people that go unknown. They're playing with like John McLaughlin and Carlos Santana, and it's always Billy Cobham, John McLaughlin, Carlos Santana, bass players ignored, but they have to keep up with that rhythm and that pace and try and hold the fundamentals together whilst all the other people shine.
It's so hard to shine in the
remember
shadow.
his name. I can never remember his name, but the bassist from Linkin Park as well.
Yeah.
He's got so much to keep on top of because you've got obviously since the depths.
I don't know the
drums.
I mean, Linkin Park's is a straight power chorus. I don't know if it was terribly difficult.
There's also John Paul Jones.
Yeah. And I put so we're okay. Jarten, top 3 bassists, living or dead. Go.
You put me on the spot there. Okay, Larry Graham.
Okay, I was about to say I'll skip you and come back.
Yeah, don't put me on the spot like that. I'll lock the fuck up.
Larry Graham would be my number 3. I think that my number 2 would be James Jamerson.
Say James Jamerson?
Yes.
Who named that child?
That's a catchy ass name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Stevenson. Here's my friend John Johnson.
My cousin's kid is called Harry Harrison.
And then I would say...
It's not fair. Don't do that to them.
Number 3 would be John Entwistle from The Who.
Ooh, good one.
Oh, not bad.
Who was your two's bassist? He was bad. Adam,
Larry.
Which one of them?
Larry.
From The Fly and Mysterious.
But I could go like you have Anthony Jackson. You have.
He's Googling now. I can
Marcus-
always tell. Your eyes are looking directly at your screen. I can see the reflection of the white Google screen in your eyeballs.
Victor Wooten, Marcus Miller, fucking
Marcus
who
Miller
the
is
fuck
not that
ever.
good.
Marcus Miller?
There's going to be a thing called the Google squint.
Right. Yeah, you feel me? 100%.
Are you fucking serious?
All right, fine.
So-
We're good. All right, that's enough. Just name your 3. We got to go all the way around the circle, and there's 6 of us.
Yeah,
Pine Snake.
no, I've done like 5.
Yeah, because you're reading from a page. Pine Snake, top 3.
So mine are in no particular order: Geezer Butler, Lemmy, and the guy from Rolling Stones. I always forget his name.
Okay.
Like the original or the guy who's playing with them now?
The original. From
Now we have to do some googling. Yeah, now
I forget his name.
IQ, you're up.
I'm terrible with names, so I can just pull out 3 awesome bassists that I can think of off the top of my head here, and also in no particular order. But Flea, I'm a sucker for funky bass lines, so I'm gonna put Flea on there. Damn it,
That nasty,
and,
that gushy
so I'll say
stuff.
the bassist from Mudvayne. He's a crazy son of a bitch. I love his bass lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely Victor Wooten.
See, there it is. Easy E, you got.
Definitely going with my Led Zepp with John Paul Jones, Flea, and I'm stuck on the. I'd have to go really, really old school with the guy who wrote the Pink Panther theme. I know his first name, Ennio.
Boom, boom.
I know who you mean, but I don't know his name.
Yeah, his first name is Ennio. And he wrote that. He wrote the Jungle Book. He did. I think he did 007. He did all those themes, and he's like one of the baddest bassist, jazz, or conductors of our time.
Wayne.
I've got to go with Flea straight off the bat. John Paul Jones, just because I'm just trying to find something on John Paul Jones at the minute. And the person that I'm always going to go with, Chris Wolstenholme of Muse.
I was about to say he was looking up he was fucking Googling the fucking name of the fucking Muse bassist because he didn't know. Because no one knows what their fucking name is. Because it's fucking Muse, for Christ's sake.
This is John Paul Jones guitar, signature guitar that Manson's are doing. Look at that beautiful thing.
Was that an Ibanez?
No, it's a Manson.
Oh.
Manson originally, John Paul Jones.
I will go Jaco Pastorius, one of the most amazing jazz basses that has ever graced this planet. Recorded with Miles Davis.
Ooh.
Just amazing dude. Played fretless with Miles Davis. Like the fucking balls on this kid. Flea is my number 2, and Victor Wooten is a very close number 3.
Ooh, Victor. I forgot about him.
Victor with the dreads that are kind of starting to creep back.
Yes. We got all about
I'll
that.
tell you what is a unusual statement to make. The Osmonds actually had one good song.
I think
That
everybody
was
has
Crazy
one.
Horses. Crazy Horses is a really good song, especially from the Osmonds, who were completely wouldn't expect it from them.
Full disclosure.
Are you fucking serious that like I'm in a panel where 5 or 6 got Flea?
I think you need to
That's
watch some more
Probably
video
were
of Flea.
4 out of 6.
Yeah, man. Flea. I mean, you ever seen his
It'd be me.
discography? That man is
No,
wow.
so here's the thing. If you
It'd be
listen
in
to
my
the,
top 5, but not my top 3.
if you listen to the albums, there's album Flea, but if you see Flea playing, oh, it's a totally different monster, dude.
Yeah.
He has mad skills.
Done it 3 times. First 2 times, they were fucking all over the place. It was like Chad Smith and fucking Flea was standing on different fucking stages playing different fucking songs.
That's
Then
probably
what?
before he got kicked from the band and brought back in because he were fucked out of his face all
Yeah,
the time.
a lot of drugs back then.
Yeah, so it makes it all right then.
I'm not saying it makes it all right, but
It was
I'm saying
all right.
Do you understand? This is what your music show is going to be about. You just disagreeing with people.
We're talking about subjective preference here, man. Like there's no wrong answers.
that's why I just said top 3 and I went on to the next person.
This is like the you do you segment right here.
Like there's just
No. If you want to do that, you're on the wrong fucking podcast. This is where I tell you that you're wrong and I'm right. Don't come
Welcome-
in here and try to
welcome-
be all reasonable.
Welcome
And
to
try
Thor's
come in
Right.
here with
Hi.
you're trying to come here and tell me that like there's a reason and like we have this metric of things. No.
I almost want to pull up a Flea clip and play it, but I know that the YouTube bots will be all fucking over me.
they'll mess you up.
They are.
Thing is,
they'll be
you
all
can
over
tell
me.
the difference in the style and the quality of music when Flea was in the band and when he wasn't. And it's just epic. It's like saying Black Sabbath. The years when Ozzy wasn't with the band, they didn't do fuck all. Then they bring out 13 and it sells fucking millions of copies.
Yeah, because fucking James Dio was horrible. Right?
Shit.
I like Dio, but only on Holy Diver.
Dio's okay, but not in Sabbath.
Right. It
He
wasn't his
just
spot.
wasn't that good.
Does
Yeah.
anyone have a,
It's like Brian Johnston. He is epic in fucking what are they called?
AC/DC?
Yes, AC/DC. How the fuck did I forget that? It was epic in that. His stage performance was brilliant. His album
If you're going to
recordings
say
were
that
brilliant.
Bon Scott was better than Brian Johnson,
I'm going to say they were equally good, but for
Not
different
real.
reasons.
It's about to go down.
Oh shit! He said it.
I don't think one was better than the other, but I do think the stage performance of the original was as good, if not slightly bit better than
Snap, snap.
Johnston. Album recording, I would give it to Johnston though.
Does anyone have a vocalist that should have been bigger than they were? Rather than
Yes.
Mandy Summit or other. She were on America's Got Talent. She was a deaf person and she had pitch perfect scene.
That's annoying. I hate it when people have perfect pitch.
That was a good one. That was a fucking good one.
Mine is Skin from Skunk and Nancy.
Oh, dude. Yes.
She's fucking epic.
Another one I'd go with is Shelley Siegel.
I have to find one that you guys would actually know what I'm talking about.
Nobody ever knows what you're the fuck talking about. So, like, what
yeah, Mike's thinking of some bird who sang down the bar near his house.
Need to go for a week.
Don't have to announce it. Fine. You know what? I haven't done this on. I have not done that this on this show yet. So I'm gonna steal his background because IQ, you know me.
That's what you do.
That's what I does.
You've still got Neil's room as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I can actually. Neil's in the chat. I tried to get him in here, ignoring me.
To be fair, Mike, you did create this IP.
I wondered why there were no comments.
There we go. Welcome home. Welcome home, everybody. Now everyone feels comfortable. Welcome home.
Hey, Mikey, I've got to bounce. I only had I got some work to finish up. I only had a few minutes, and it's been like an hour and a half.
So a few minutes.
Technically,
a few
minutes.
A few.
But it's all good. Well, it was nice chatting. If you guys are still around here in a little bit, I'll hop back in. But I've got some shit to do real quick.
It's midnight here. I'm going to be jumping off in a minute as well.
Thank you for joining us, IQ. Appreciate you. Love you, brother.
And it was lovely chatting. You guys start talking about art and shit. And you just broke me right on in. So we're good.
Got him.
It was lovely chatting, guys. I got to bounce.
Man. Always a pleasure.
Say it.
IQ.
All right, he's gone. Let's talk about him.
Yeah, what prick?
Right away.
Just immediately, as soon as the fucking window goes dark. All right, so about this IQ, motherfucker.
I'm IQ. Look at me, intelligent poker.
I'm so smart. I named myself IQ. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, fuck this guy.
If you watch this back, it was a pleasure.
He's in the chat right now. I guarantee it. Making sure that I'm not doing exactly what I'm doing right now. He's ensuring that I don't do this. You know what? I've never actually stolen IQ's fucking background. I'll have to do that later.
You can steal my background of my kitchen.
Oh, you good.
Oh.
I like interesting.
Orange,
interesting
man. I didn't think I'd see the sky is fucking orange. I'm in Los Angeles. The smoke got 2 days ago, but now it's bad. It's
Brennan was saying earlier, mate. Brennan was saying the fucking shit's on fire everywhere.
Yeah, man. I'm in downtown, so for it to get to me, it'll take a lot. But I'm surprised to see the orange in the sky right now. It's real. I was smelling smoke all day. It's cleared. I guess the wind shifted, but
yeah. How far is LA from Orange County?
That's close,
say
right?
2 hours, an hour, 2 hours, a little close to 2 hours, give or take, a little over an hour.
Oh, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Look at what I found.
Hey.
The man himself. What's up, Neil? How you doing,
What's
man?
going on?
How are you, sir?
I was hanging around outside.
No, not him.
And
Let this motherfucker in there.
Shut up, you.
and then I seen you guys fucking shooting shit about bass players and shit. So
Oh, yeah. Give me your top three, Neil.
What's your top three?
well, I think I mentioned them in the chat, but that's okay. What do you mean my drivers are out of date? Fuck you, AVG. Anyway,
Wow.
Told them.
well, Les Claypool for one.
Good back.
Jaco Pastorius,
Thank you.
fucking phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yes.
Someone agreed with
And-
me on that.
Probably the old Stones bass player Bill Wyman. Probably
Stones.
Rolling Stones or Geezer Butler is another one. Like White Snake over here said, because Sabbath and shit, right? So, because fuck yeah,
Sabbath
Sabbath.
So,
Fuck yeah, they are.
So I got a backup question for our initial question. So when it comes to deciding in our brains, gotcha, Shartan.
Don't trust your brain.
Gotcha, big guy.
Well, no one said John Deacon though.
No, but like we all like these bass players, and I think bass players are a good measuring stick for this argument. Because we can say like, who's your favorite guitarist, and then someone will say
Slash.
Or someone will immediately say,
King.
or they'll say, "Yeah, gotcha, ran out, bitch." Like Herman Lee.
I'm just chasing you.
Or they'll say somebody like Herman Lee, or whoever can play the fastest at the time, and they think the fastest means the best. But I think when it comes to like this whole art, when it comes to this whole art conversation that we're having, there's so much nuance that just because someone has the most technical skill, it does not mean that you are precisely the best at the time. Does that make any sense?
Yep. Yeah. Thing is, you can be the best, but you can also think of it in a time frame, like we were on about the Beatles earlier, like B.B. King, Slash, and Tony Iommi are my top three, without a doubt, and they're from different time frames. Although they're also contemporaries in some way as well.
All right, I dare say this. Let's do top 3 guitarists once around the circle, and then we're gonna have to start rapping because I got other stuff to do. Because then we're gonna start going on the drummers, and we'll be there for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So, who's ready first, and then we'll go clockwise from there.
The 3 best guitarists, very, very easy. Dimebag Darrell, Jimi Hendrix,
So easy, I can't think of a third.
No, I can't remember his fucking name. It's just got stuck in my mouth when I was about to say it. Holy shit!
What bands did he play with? Or
Zach
which
Wild.
artists did he play
Zach Wild. God damn it.
with? Zach Wild.
Jack Wild. That fucker came into my record store when I worked there.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, he came walking in, and he's like got this like just he looks like a plain Jane kind of guy, long torn jeans like bell bottoms, and this was in like 91.
Jinkos.
And,
He has some Jinkos on.
It's just like some like collar shirt that was kind of torn at the bottom, and I didn't recognize him at first because he's had greasy hair and shit. And I'm like, Steve, watch this guy, and he's going through the bargain bin of cassette tapes back when they still had them, and he ended up coming up to the counter, and he had Archangels, which is Ry Cooder, which is one other fantastic guitar player, by the way, and he threw that down on the counter along with, get this, Stevie Nicks' greatest hits. So I'm like, oh, interesting choices. Archangels, this is a badass album, by the way. And he's like, oh, yeah, I know. I kind of heard a couple tracks and blah, blah, blah. And then I said, so, hey, you want to pay cash, credit card, whatever. He throws down this fucking platinum fucking Visa.
Yeah.
And it says Zachary Philip Wilde on it. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm looking at him and go, holy shit. You're like Zach Wilde, like Ozzy's guitar player? He goes, yeah. What are you fucking doing in Richmond? Because that's where I was working. He's like, oh, we're recording an album here. That's when they were doing No More Tears and shit like that. So,
Nice.
Yeah, I actually met him when he was doing his worldwide tour back in 2006 with Black Label Society. I met him in Sweden. And he just walked into this bar like any other guy, you know, like fucking. And the guy's fucking 6 feet, all right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. He's huge.
Yeah, he's a big dude. And he's walking in there looking like he did that on stage, you know, like with his like bare knuckle jeans and all that. Just not that. Just sat down, had a beer, and just had a chat. He's just a good dude. And
Yeah,
that's and that's sort of my thing, because I could go like, you know, Steve Ray Vaughan, Steve Vai, John Petrucci, all of that, but I just respect fucking Zach Wild. I fucking respect the shit out of that dude because he's just a good dude.
Yep, he's a
What?
good.
That reminds me of someone that could have been the best ever guitarist, very possibly,
Randy
but
Rhoads.
died very young. Yeah.
Randy Rhoads, yeah. He's in
He
my
was amazing, but it was short-lived, and we didn't get to see his full variety that he had to offer.
All right, let's keep on going.
Pine Snake.
Let's do Neil.
Pine Snake.
Neil.
Pine Snake. We're going
Pine Snake, we're
clockwise.
Pine Snake.
All right, so it would be no particular order again. Tony Iommi.
Yep.
That's number
Slash, and
Okay, no,
Slash. And then BB King.
I like it.
Oh,
My granny used to sit me down and we would listen to cassettes of BB King,
It was awesome, dude.
which is why I named my first guitar, which I still have, Lucille.
BB King is definitely in my top 3.
Ace.
All right, so definitely Tonino from the Gypsy Kings.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix. And then toss up between Edge and U2 and Slash. Let's go with that.
Y'all are dating yourself.
I'm not a lover of you too, but I can respect it.
I
Yeah,
do
the
not like U2, and I can't put a
You ever heard
finger on
Edge?
why.
You ever heard the Edge play?
I like the early stuff.
Yeah.
I have to
think
dig
it's
into the
actually,
catalog. I have to dig into the catalog.
Yeah, son,
I think it's Bono for me.
It is Bono for me, for sure. I can't stand Bono singing.
He's a pompous ass, anyways.
Yeah, for me it's the Edge.
I just can't stand him full stop.
Have you ever heard The Fly? And you ever heard the Edge play The Fly? That is magic. Listen to it. Just the hell with him. But when you hear the Edge's Edge play out, it's like you kind of hear the Jimi Hendrix influence in there, and then when you see the actual play, like the actual sheet music, yeah, it's pretty nice, man. It's
One of the reasons I have to sort of agree with these here is that the Edge didn't get any schooling, right? This is all done by ear.
Yeah.
This is somebody who just sat down and fucking loved the shit out of music and fucking
figured it out.
Yeah, just figure it out and listen to the tunes. Nobody taught him how to tune a fucking guitar. He just had to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I respect that. And I'll give it to that. I give it to the Edge. I don't particularly think it's one of the greatest guitarists, but I'll give it to that because the Edge did something that, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. the 604 Atheist. Next. Top 3 guitarists that are alive. Hit me.
It's a tough call, man, because there's a lot that I really dig, but Jimi Hendrix is in there.
No disrespect for any of the people that we didn't list. I made a fucking totally obscure amount of people that you can list.
That's true. I would have to say Stevie Ray Vaughan as well.
Agreed.
And I'm going to have to say Jimmy Page from Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Like right up there. But then there's also like Tony Iommi. There's, of course, Randy Rhoads, as you were mentioning. Nuno Betancourt is another fucking phenomenal guitar player. So there's lots of them, man.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, Johnny
I
Cash.
think we could
fucking carry more.
Yeah.
I think between the 6 of us, within maybe 10 minutes, we could, in no particular order, because we'd never agree on it, put together 50 of the best guitarists ever.
Yeah,
Within 10 minutes, maybe.
None of the things that you said I disagree on.
Yeah. But it's just we'd never decide on an order, would we?
We're all winners in this, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're all winners.
Right.
But you're the only one with a Schecter, one of a kind, hanging behind you.
I mean, there's this dude with a weird cap on that copied me, but there's that.
Can you do the same?
I don't want to.
He can't do that.
I don't want to. Look, I'm not even gonna play it right now, so I don't need to pick it up and hold it like some weirdo. It's on the wall until I play it next.
Mikey, you told me earlier you put your shoulder out, didn't you? You don't want to make that movement.
I can hurt myself. I'm in
we'll go
physical therapy right now. And you want me to do things that hurt me? That's not fucking right. But anyway, my list. Santana.
Nobody cares.
No.
All right. This is the one that I'll
Neil, how does it feel to give other people shit for once?
Oh no! I have so many
warm and
upcommences to
fuzzy.
upcomment.
Mikey,
Santana,
I had
really?
a choice between two, and you just picked one of them, so I'm going with the other one.
All right, Santana's on my list.
Carlos fucking Santana.
Yeah, because Santana can do a lot with little.
Yeah, he can play the same riff for 30 fucking years and still be famous for it.
Thanks. I didn't do that to you. Mark Morton from Lamb of God. I know he's a more modern pick, but given all of his technical work along with his blues solos, put him on Mount Rushmore for me. And Tom Morello, the guitar wizard himself.
Tom Morello is good, good style for sure.
Mr. fucking Whammy beyond all recognition. Yes.
Yeah, like I like that he took something like a guitar and an amp sound, found a couple different effects, and made 87 sounds out of them. Mm-hmm. And it's like Ease was talking about earlier. Like everybody, all graffiti writers, they all had a signature. You know when you're listening to Tom Morello, bar none. You know when you hear his fucking sounds.
I saw him at the music gig last year, and I have never. Like, I look at him playing the guitar, and I'm like, you've got no pedals in front of you. You're just slapping your strings and moving your fingers up and down. I'm like, how are you making that noise?
Exactly. That's when you know you've made it.
No. But one of the most amazing things that I've ever heard, like, was when he stepped in for the Easter band, right?
For who?
He stepped in for the Easter band. He stepped in for Van Sant, right? For Bruce Springsteen, Easter band.
Oh, okay.
The East Street.
Yeah.
East and
East Street Band.
Oh, yeah. East Street Band. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. With Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't try to be Van Sant. He was always Morello, and you can fucking hear it in his guitar play. It was fucking epic because you got like the Bruce Springsteen East Street Band with the Morello sound in there, and he didn't try to be anybody else. He didn't try to be Van Sant. He didn't try to do was something that he wasn't comfortable with. He was just comfortable doing his shit. And it was fucking epic, man. Best fucking gig Eastern Band has ever fucking did.
That's me. Tom Morello, Santana, and Mark Morton.
Yeah. Disagree with Santana. All others I agree with.
Mr. Wayne?
I've got to go with B.B. King because just as an all-round entertainer, technical blues player, just fantastic. Yeah, and it's someone who you could just put an album on, listen from start to finish. There's no skippers because you're listening to every little note, every little lick, every nuance that he plays. Next, and this is kind of chronological as well, John McLaughlin. To hear someone play the guitar and play solos in that weird, trippy jazz era of the 70s, for like playing solos for like 25 minutes on the bounce. It's just that for me was art, because you never know where he's going on the fretboard. He's up and down, making different tones, just experimenting. It was just trippy, freeform jazz. And it was brilliant. And again, with that whole combination of like, Santana, Billy Cobham on drums, and all the weird organists that they used to have featuring, it was just epic. And I think he was just an integral part. And the last one and the most modern one, for me, without doubt, my favourite guitarist.
Oh, it's Muse. Here we go. Who guessed it?
Mark Tremonti.
What band's he from?
Alter Bridge and Creed.
Creed?
Yes.
What? The Creed guitarist is on your top? Come on, man. You're
Mark
taking
Tremonti.
the piss.
No. If you listen to Mark Tremonti, he is fucking amazing.
I'm fucking. This hurts me, but yeah, he's right.
I don't mean shit
But,
coming
okay.
from you.
No, but we need to do some honorable mentions here. We need to get Gary Moore in there. We need
David
to
Gilmour.
have David Gilmour. We need Brett
Joe
Hines,
Satriani.
Mastodon,
Satriani. So wait a minute. Before you start reading off the list off of the website, the list on the website that you're scrolling through right now, let's give
I'm
Satriani.
not scrolling through.
So Dragon Force, we all know who Dragon Force is. Their guitar players are and Dream Theater. Like these are two groups that I think have mastered their skill to the point where we can't even
John
consider
Petrucci,
them. That we
and
can't.
what's the name?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sorry.
So that we can't even like consider them amongst mortal guitar players, which we all named. Like if you put a Herman Lee up against BB King, technical wise, there's no comparison. But then like soul wise,
I'm still gonna go BB King.
Right. I'm just talking about like their technical skills and what each one of them can do.
Oh right, okay.
Like it's not even close.
No, but it's like comparing John Petrucci
What up, X?
to.
I don't know. I think I've got to kind of disagree with that, Mike. I think BB King is the better one because it's not technically perfect. Because it's the part you can see the passion, feel the passion in music that BB King creates.
100% agree.
I think that actually makes him better than someone that is technically perfect, but it's monotonous almost and
Yeah, but
so
I know that's how. But I know that's what you think because
He's self-taught too, by the way.
But what Slash is playing is technically isn't really that difficult.
Right.
Can I do some
Give me a second. But playing it like Slash is one of the hardest things you'll ever fucking do. It's like fucking do what Malcolm Young is doing in fucking AC/DC. There was only one Malcolm Young. Nobody could fucking do what he's doing.
One thing I notice about Slash is he does something which I'm told lazy guitarists do, as he only plays with these three fingers. And like this little pinky is left off, and that's why he always inverts the guitar, because it's easier to play with those three fingers, leaving that little.
Yeah, but even when he was playing with
Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground.
Velvet Revolver. Yeah.
Sorry.
Velvet Revolver. You could clearly hear it was Slash. There was no doubt about it. That was it.
He's got a sound for sure.
And it's so.
What about Joe Bonamassa?
If you know,
Nobody mentioned Joe Bonamassa.
Who's he?
Yeah, but I said Joe Bonamassa. But what I'm saying is, like, it's so hard to replicate that sound when somebody's got that much feel in the way that they play. And it's the same with BB King as well. Like, he wasn't the most technically adept fucking player, but he had something in his playing. It was something
That's
in
what
his
he's
playing.
saying.
Yeah, it was just fucking magic, and there's so many. But it's hard to pick in this who's the best one. I think like
Me.
5 of us.
Well,
Jimi Hendrix.
Just to answer you there, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Just
but
to answer you there a second. Just
Another one I just
break in
remembered.
is the point.
Albert King. Another King. Albert King.
Yeah. Just when you say it's difficult to pick just one, there's these industry experts that always come up with these top 100s that come out at Christmas on MTV Rocks or on Kerrang or whatever. And nearly always, Eddie Van Halen is right up there.
Van Halen is good. We left him
don't
out.
rate him. I do like them, but I don't rate them as much as most of the ones that we've mentioned here. What is it that these industry experts always puts him in the top, usually the top 5, if not top 3? What is it about him that we've left off, but they see?
They might.
You see,
Okay. No. Can I?
Hold on, Letty. Hold on, children. Hold on. Let Ease go. Ease has been quiet for like half an hour.
It's cool. From for me, my little run through the.
That's all from me. Wayne, your turn.
My little run through the music industry. I learned that it was up to who had the biggest bank to pay for your advertisement. Like, how good was your management? Yeah. How much were they willing to show you and, get you out there, and how much were you willing to pay for your airtime? That's what I saw when I was in the music industry 10 years ago. It seems to have been, it still is kind of the same thing. And then you got to fight your way up, because there's, like we've been talking, we have these great artists that just don't get the proper recognition because, they didn't have the publicists to push them to the top, with the right connections, with the right people, et cetera, et cetera. It's really about who you know.
So for me, someone who always gets dropped off this list, and it's for obvious reasons, because it's not that he's not really known for playing the guitar. But when I first saw him actually play guitar, my jaw dropped, and that's Prince.
You think Prince?
Yeah. Oh, that fucking Prince, dude.
But he's more of a frontman than. I agree with you, but he's considered more of a frontman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a performer.
He was so good. But he was so good. Like, playing guitar. Like, fucking look at when he played When My Guitar Gently Weeps. George Harrison, right? It's just, but you also have to remember that we have people like Steve Lukather, right?
Yeah.
With Steve Lukather from Toto.
There's a lot of people that we've left off the list that you could make a good argument should be in each of our top threes, but it's subjective. There are people I know I've missed off, like Randy Rhoads. Is top 5. What's he called from Rolling Stones? I'm forgetting his name. These are the trailblazers. Yes, these are the trailblazers that set the pace for the people that we've named, with maybe the exception of B.B. King.
Absolutely, and this is the thing that I need people to remember. Like, when you talk about Dimebag Darrell was one of the first fucking guitarists who took country music into heavy metal. He started using those kind of skills within the heavy metal music, and he revolutionized the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, fuck him though.
That's true.
It was sloppy as shit. Like, a lot of the things. Why fuck him?
Because he fucking rocked a fucking Confederate flag fucking guitar. Fucking eat my fucking balls, Dimebag Darrell.
No.
Pantera's better without you.
No. Fucking different time. You can't fucking go back in time.
They already lost the war by then, Jartan. Get the fuck out of
Unless
here.
it was in,
No.
unless it was in 1880, you can't say
Yeah,
that.
like, it wasn't right after the Civil War ended, and he's like, oh, sweet, let me get this fucking Jackson weird flying V bitch and fucking put a Confederate flag on it. No, get the fuck out of here. No, he was a racist fucking douchebag, dude. And there's a lot of fucking a lot of non-racists rock the fucking Confederate flag.
Fucking Guns N' Roses did.
When?
Yep.
He fucking Axl Rose running around with the fucking Confederate flag for fucking 10 fucking years.
Never liked him anyway. Glad you told me that. Gave me another reason.
Oh,
You know,
dude.
Another reason I hate him.
Butlers.
No, all
Even
right.
Geezer
No,
Butler
no,
said Dimebag
no,
Darrell was
so
one of the
come on.
best guitar players ever.
Okay, but can we just have this discussion, because this is
Yeah, let's have the discussion.
Isn't that what we're doing?
But also fuck him.
so what you are saying is because it's not okay to do it now, but it was okay back then. Then we have to retroactively.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
It wasn't
okay
back then.
It
wasn't okay.
was.
No, it wasn't.
It
wasn't okay. It's just people.
No.
This is like saying slavery was okay in 1850 because it was legal.
Right.
Because it happened doesn't make it right.
Jartan. Let me step in.
Leonard Skinner did. Guns N' Roses did it. Fucking hell, Rolling Stones were fucking rolling around with a fucking.
I'm going to offer you a defence. I'm of a very similar age to you, and I didn't know the context of the Confederate flag until probably 10 years ago. Because I used to watch the Dukes of Hazzard on BBC One, and I saw it. Oh, I loved it. I was a General Lee. Didn't know the context of the General Lee.
Yeah.
Didn't know. Just didn't know.
The thing is, we're British, not American.
Yeah. I grew up.
No, I'm just saying. And Jartan is from where?
Wherever he's from.
Yeah, he just makes it up as he goes along. To be
Mainland. Somewhere on mainland.
No, wait,
He's from Iceland.
As American, I grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard. I had the toys, I had the car, I had the Hot Wheels. I loved the colors. I was a kid, you know. We didn't know, and then you got older and you learn, and now it's like, oh, fuck that, you know.
Well, yeah, when you're young, you don't think politically like that,
right?
Yeah,
right.
You didn't know any better,
right?
But what's so different now? We can't go retroactively, and people who did what was socially acceptable at the time and say, well, we have decided now, 20 years later, that this is not socially acceptable, and now you have to be a racist because you did what was socially acceptable 20 years ago. Because it was...
Here. Hold on, Pine. Hold on, Pine. Let's say I even grant you that point. That assumes a bunch of huge factors. Like, the number one assumption is that I grew up listening to fucking Dime Day, which I didn't. I didn't even listen to fucking anything but classical, jazz, and Michael Jackson until I turned like 15. Like, I just didn't listen to other types of music. I just didn't. And like, since then, I've had this new renaissance of things. At 15, he was still rocking that shit. So now, when I'm exposed to him in my 20s, this is the first images I see of him. Just like he can't be a victim of the present, I don't have to be a victim of his past. I don't have to like Dimebag Darrell, and I'm entitled to think that he's a piece of shit for fucking rocking that guitar. Because let me tell you something, there's a lot of motherfuckers running around with shit that didn't have the Confederate flag on it.
Yeah.
He didn't have to. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that was the only guitar available to him, and that made him a victim of the times that he lived in. He chose to have that as his signature guitar. That's a douchebag move.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen is a contemporary of his, and he was rocking the American flag, not the Confederate flag.
You see, ever since I found out about the flag, I'll go to a lot of car shows because I love American cars, and I really want to get myself. I do want to get a 69 Charger, which is kind of ironic. But then,
and we all want him to have a 69 Charger. So what you need to go is go to patreon.com/thebigpodcast and get your prices in so that we can buy a Charger for
our podcast money is not going towards his fucking dream car. Let me tell you that right now. He's getting that out. He's getting that shit on his own.
No, because our Patreon money is linked to my PayPal. It's just going to go towards another Harley.
But what I'm saying is, like, I walk around these car shows, and now when I see the Confederate flag flying, it has a different context to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at these people showing off their cars, and they've got the Confederate flag. I'm like looking at you going, you must know what that fucking means.
Like, that, he wasn't a baby child thing that he just flew it because he didn't know any better. You displayed that very prominently, my man.
Mm-hmm.
And I say all of this not to speak ill on the dead, because that's trashy and not a conversation worth having. But that is an instant put off for me to look like. I can't look back at like General Lee's speeches and like, wow, what a greatly written speech. Yeah. Well, I know what he's writing about. You know what I mean? Like that means something.
I'm like that with Churchill now. With Churchill now. At one time, I thought he was the greatest leader this country has ever had.
But that's because
now it's fair to say that he had some good speeches. But when you also look at what he said in Parliament, anyone that's mixed race, according to him, would be illegal now. He didn't agree with mixing the bloodlines, as he put it. Mm-hmm. He was extremely misogynistic. He was homophobic. He was every shitty thing I'm against now is basically what he stood for. The only thing
But what you're saying is that like all condemnation is retroactive. So if you've done something that is not socially accepted now and you've done it 20 years ago, then you should be condemned for it.
Well, in 1952, when he said that the bloodline should have been mixed, that wasn't socially acceptable then.
Yes.
But it was still... He was still applauded by people like Enoch Powell.
Yeah.
So are you still eligible to be condemned for what you did when it was socially acceptable?
It wasn't socially acceptable.
Socially.
That's what we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't... Just because this demographic says it's socially acceptable doesn't make it true. Just because PragerU says that we're all snowflakes doesn't mean that we're snowflakes and that it was acceptable then.
I am delicate and unique.
It wasn't
How fucking
safe to
dare you?
say.
I am unique and delicate. Cannot say that to me.
Don't find fucking safe spending space in you cunt.
I because this is different for me than it is for you, that would mean that I would still be a bad person today because of the things that I've done 15 years ago.
No.
Can you look on?
No.
Can you pull up on the internet?
The difference is you make up. You've made an effort to undo the harm that you have done. You have made an effort to change. What we're saying is some people don't make the effort to change. For example, at one time the Republican Party was the party of Lincoln, and then you've got the Democrats a few decades later. Then have JFK, who fought to bring out the Civil Rights Act, but the Republicans actually fought against it. So the two sides have essentially switched, and the Democrats, to some degree, have tried to negate the harm that they have done in the past. So yes. You can't forgive them for the actions that they took, but you can treat them differently now moving forwards.
No. So here's the fact that I'm trying to make. In Vulgar Video, made in 1994, he burned that guitar on stage. And he never used it again. If you look at everything that Pantera did after 94, he never used the Confederate flag guitar again. And he burned it on stage in Texas. And they were
how much of that was just pressure?
Well,
how much of that was actually
let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that he actually changed his mind on that.
I don't know if he did, because I have a problem with Pantera because fucking Philip Anselmo is a misogynistic fucking cunt. Standing there, misogynistic. I don't care.
No, he can't get it right now. We'll try later.
He's sexist. Go with that one.
And and he's fucking standing there, fucking calling white power, fucking being a piece of shit, right? Pantera is a fucking hard piece for me to fucking defend.
Like here's the thing. Pantera's music is one thing. Dimebag era shit is one thing, but we're very far afield at this point. Very far afield. If we can wind it all back into what we're mainly talking about the differences in guitars and how they can be so influential in different ways, which is something that I think each one of us had a different person that added one little piece of spice to the whole jambalaya, and that's what makes fucking rock music even worth listening to. Because you need your Morellos and your Santanas and your BB Kings, and none of them play the same.
And we need Harrison. We need fucking Gary Moore. We need all of these guys to fucking further the fucking music.
Have any of you guys heard of a band called Sons of Apollo?
Yes.
I would highly recommend them.
Also, Meat Bodies.
Meat Bodies?
Meat Bodies, yeah. Actually, I think they're out Easy's way, California. I think it's from there.
So can we all...
There's some songs remind me of songs like Hey Jude, but then there's others that kind of remind me of Korn. So they've got a good range. So,
Hey Jude. Oh. You know, the first time I heard that song was when it was done as a cover by a Caribbean vocal harmony group in the mid-90s.
That's the first time you heard "Hey Jude."
Yep.
Yeah. Just
You
take it
live
off.
in the
I
UK.
just have to fuck with Mikey for a second.
Yeah, and this is the thing. This is what will pop you even more. My granddad was in an old skiffle band that used to play out of the cavern, and they used to open for the Beatles. And the first time I heard "Hey Jude" was this Caribbean boy band in the mid-90s.
I could see a reggae. I could see a reggae. Hey Jude. Boom, tickim, pickim, 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 boom, pickim,
And it is literally that, Mikey.
pickim, boom, pickim, pickim, pickim.
a
Hey
friend of
Jude.
mine's grandmother
Don't be
was a
so
group
sad.
for the Beatles when they first were getting on the scene.
But think how bad that song could possibly be, and it's 10 times worse.
God damn you,
Yeah.
Shartan.
I don't know. I like this. I'm imagining UB40 doing a cover of Hey Jude.
I would fucking pay $1.99 on iTunes to have the UB40 cover of Hey Jude. That is a track worth having.
$1.99 house.
I-
That's the exclusive price.
$100.
When it's a single, you have to pay the $1.99. If it's an album, you can do 99 cents a track.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'd pay the extra quid just to have that one.
Oh, you were doing in English, in real money, not in foreign monopoly money. Wow.
No.
Let's bring it back full circle. What do you guys call your money? The British what?
Pounds sterling.
Sterling.
No, but pounds is a unit of measurement. It's a unit of weight.
Yes.
Yeah, because
that's
it was
what
on-
pounds
No, that's
means.
so-
So how
That
could it be
was a
money
pound.
if it means weight?
No, pound sterling is
Because it was the weight of gold in a pound. A
No, so
pound's weight of gold was a pound.
Silver.
But it's made out of paper, so it's
Silver.
not a pound of
Oh, it's the
paper.
guinea
So
that
how
was
can
a
it
pound
have
in
a
gold.
thing? I'm Wayne, and I'm making an absurd cup argument. Fucking knob. Neil, they jumped all over us.
Just quickly.
They jumped all over
Just quickly
us Americans because a cup is a measurement of fucking volume. And they say this is a cup and it has more than a cup worth of volume in it. So it can't be a cup. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with
Neil,
y'all?
because I know you're in the civilized world, do you have miles per hour?
No.
Where you live?
No.
No, you have what?
Kilometers.
Yes, because you use the metric system. Because you're fucking civilized, and you also have.
I need you right now, Neil. Come on, man. Don't let me down.
What?
You also have universal healthcare, don't you?
Yeah. Well,
Like every civilized country.
Neil, how do you buy your weed?
It all goes hand in hand. It all
How do
goes
I buy
hand in
Neil, how do you buy your weed?
I don't. I buy it by the pound.
Neil,
I buy it by the pound.
it actually,
is it by the ounce?
well, we do. We mix the measurements here. You can buy a gram, right? You can buy
Coke.
no of weed, a gram of weed.
Of coke.
So we use the old
What's the
school.
point?
Well, you get like 3 doobies out of a gram, basically.
Really?
3 average size doobies out of a gram. Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Yep. And
That's light.
Yeah, those are light joints.
yeah, but weed isn't heavy.
I mean,
We're talking little.
yeah,
puffy,
but-
you get like 3 little puffy, fucking nuggets of weed,
I
and
know.
you can roll up a triple doob, right?
They're saying that's one
It's like
for
a dime
them.
bag almost.
Yeah, I roll the whole thing. I smoke a gram.
Yeah, I think they're saying they put all of that in one.
Yeah. I roll the whole thing and I'm joking.
I'd put that in half when I used to talk it.
Anyways, we also do. Then you go like quarter ounce
We are online.
or an
and
eighth. You can get an eighth.
From all of the.
Yeah,
the
we
stuff.
used to do.
I don't smoke weed. I don't. have any-
Chartan,
We used to start.
We're being rude. We're being rude to our guests. We're being rude to our guests, and it's legal here.
Yeah, this is my address.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Jesus.
Stop it,
Fire.
you! You're in the bottle. You calm down.
Neil putting out his phone number on the internet.
if you want to send me money, you can send it
It's
to
on Facebook.
Similar to 1033.
Hold that up again.
I just really hope we don't have any
Everyone look at my
unsolicited.
You still
beautiful
got your picture,
handwriting.
Neil.
You can look
You
at
still got
back.
your picture there, Neil.
I
What's
hope,
that?
yeah, I hope we
Still
don't
got
have
your
any unsolicited you know what pics.
Oh, that picture. It's X.
Howdy.
That picture?
No!
That's a bad boy.
X-Man.
Right,
It's about
Mikey.
the size of Jarman's chicken.
Not to anybody,
Hang on,
Neil.
There we go.
hang on, wait. Mikey, I've found that boy band, the Caribbean boy band singing Hey Jude. I've sent a link in our messenger chat.
Oh, perfect.
Let's
We
use
would
it as music.
We would have to go offline before that gets played.
Yeah.
So maybe we
But
can
I have to talk. I have to talk to Neil now.
let's end the stream now, and then we can all indulge.
yeah,
in
Oh,
this.
and X has only just got it.
Because this has to be said on the stream. Neil, you promised me you would never show that to anybody. I said this to you in absolutely fucking confidence, mate.
Well, I don't live in the U.S., but I plead the fifth.
Yeah, there you go. If you guys would like to come in, by all means, follow us on Twitter at Bin Podcast. I'll send you a link to hop in. It's no big deal. We're gonna continue to hang out, but we're done streaming and being fucking all nicety nice for you fools. So, thank you everybody. Love you. See you later.
Wait, that was nice.
We tried.